One company that's well on track, and in fact already in the marketplace, is Omega Innovations. It's a division of New Zealand King Salmon. Its plan and vision was to maximise the underutilised byproduct from its parent company. New Zealand King Salmon is a real success story for this country already, isn't it? I mean, around 50% of world production of king salmon. That's phenomenal, the output.
Yeah, it's a great company. It's been doing very well, operating for a long time now, 30 years. We're in an exciting part of our company history with expansion underway, 3 new farms in the Marlborough Sounds, and the company's in a very good position.
But what's fascinating is a lot of the salmon pieces, I mean, these small pieces that were misshapen, not quite up to the able to be sold as human food, they were being discarded before, weren't they?
That's exactly right. We looked at the company, and as a division, we wanted to look at what wasn't being utilised. We were able to capture products from our processing plant at very good quality, and they could be used to be input for a high-value product such as our pet food range.
It's a really inspired idea. Who came up with it? Was it your baby? Did someone say, look, all of this waste is not being used?
Really, it was driven from the top down. Our CEO, Grant Rosewarne, was very proactive in this. It had been a part of the company that we knew with expansion would be a lot more materials that were going to be coming our way. Really, the way they were being disposed of was not perfect, but there's certainly room for improvement there.
How were they being disposed of?
The majority of our byproducts were going into rendering. So
rendering being what?
To produce a fish meal and a crude salmon oil.
Yes.
And we looked at that as being a disposal method that wasn't really sustainable. We wanted to capture the product as the best quality as we could and then convert those into products that we could sell in the domestic and export markets.
It was such a waste because we're talking about a huge tonnage of what is the byproduct that we've been referring to? It's skeleton, isn't it? It's heads, fish heads.
Heads, frames, trimmings, skin. So we have current production capacities. We have about 600 tonnes of these materials that were not being utilised. And the way we saw it was being disposed of, it was a waste product. We'd rather refer to it as a remaining raw material. It has value in it. It has a health benefit to animals, to people. It's very high in omega-3s, particularly the heads.
You were specialising in the veterinary side of Massey, so you're really looking into the science of animal well-being.
Yes, definitely. It's obviously at the cornerstone of this brand. Animal welfare has to come first. We have to produce a product that's healthy. Also, part of that is enjoyment of eating. So we designed pet treats that we didn't realise were completely unsuccessful for cats to eat, that they couldn't. They had a lot of trouble eating them, and through those that process with the BPA and with Massey, we were able to fine-tune from 12 treats down to 2 that we knew the cats would eat and enjoy, and the scientists at Massey were also able to advise us on a nutritional basis as well. We're able to have a high confidence in the food that we're producing is essentially equal to or better than the quality of food that you get from a vet. It's natural, it's complete and balanced.
And that research thing is what we're really here to talk about today. That's really given you quite a cutting edge, this BPA funding for the research you've done.
It gives you the cutting edge and it gives you the confidence in your brand. It gives you a lot of surety in what you're trying to say and the story that you're trying to get across to your customer, whether that be through traditional media or through different channels, is that the product that we're producing and manufacturing for your pet has the backing of people in the industry, and we know that we're doing better good rather than harm. One person who was ensuring Omega Innovations products were safe and palatable to pets is Massey University research scientist David Thomas.
You're looking at the animal response to the treats, are you?
Yeah, we are. So a lot of the perception around treats is the enjoyment of the animal. The owner perceives that, so we actually use the behaviour as well as the actual intake of the treat to work out which, so basically ranking them for New Zealand King Salmon, so they could actually work out which were the ones that were going to be winners. And in the first instance, it was around optimising the size of the treat so that the animal would eat it in one go rather than choking it up and taking 2 or 3 goes. Yes. From a sort of human point of view, you don't want bits of treat over your carpet and around your house, so it was sort of optimising that as well.
So very crucial R&D development applications so that a product can take that next step and get ready for market, aren't they?
Yeah, definitely. So the first step in the process for us was to go down there and see their facilities and understand where the waste streams were. And Simon could put those together as individual treats, and we could test them and then feed back to him and he could adjust it.
Is the potential for this model of working with scientists and business people and the university having this input, is this something you could see growing in New Zealand?
Massively, yes. At Massey we've got the potential with our pilot plant to develop products in the morning and feed it to our animals in the afternoon. It's a really quite a unique kind of setup. Not all companies like King Salmon have got R&D capability, so we can actually bring smaller companies to the table as well. I think BPA's role is fundamental to the process. There's a lot of waste streams that are not utilised properly around the country. Pet food is a huge opportunity. We have an excess of animal protein in this country, and it's only a step down from human diets in terms of profitability for companies.
And this R&D is so crucial to get them ready for the steps needed to get to market, isn't it?
Totally, yes. So, I mean, I think companies are more prepared to spend dollars on marketing rather than research. Hopefully the BPA will actually allow them to do that more fundamental research and then have data to actually go to market with.
That's it, that the actual data, the R&D, is a form of marketing, isn't it? It makes
Totally.
it so much more effective to market when you can say this is healthy for your animal.
And you're talking about your own diet and your own data.
What about from the university point of view, David? What have you found have been the doors opening because of this involvement with BPA and with New Zealand King Salmon? Are other opportunities pouring in your door?
Yeah, mainly through collaboration with AgResearch. So we've got really good synergies with them. They've got all the expensive equipment, we've got the animal facilities and potentially the expertise. It's a very successful route for us to actually work directly with companies.